Hi all. Today we are going to have a conversation with Shiva Krishna. Shiva Krishna is a sports correspondent from Telangana Today. Usually, he works. He interviews people, all the sportsmen especially. So, I thought it'd be great if we could interview him. He's here. Yes. Let's add him. Hi
Hello,
Shiva.
sir. Hi, how are you, sir?
I'm doing great. How are you, Shiva?
I'm good.
Shiva, I just thought you interview people, so I thought let's interview Shiva.
Yeah. This is first time I'm doing live on Instagram as well, so thanks to you.
It'll be great. Thank you so much for accepting it. Shiva, let's start. I don't want to take much of your time. I can understand that you are at work right now.
Yeah.
Uh,
So like that,
so,
hmm.
First, tell me how it all started. I mean, your early life, your schooling. Want to
Okay.
start from there.
So generally I'll be on the other side asking questions. So maybe I
Exactly.
should
So
start
I'm asking you this time.
So like I studied my schooling in Jawahar Navodaya Vidyalaya in Medak district, which is
Sure.
like CBSE school across India.
Yeah.
So there we have a lot of important to sports. We have big grounds and we have PT periods twice a week.
Right.
And PT is like part of our life. From morning 5, we'll get up at 5 o'clock. From 5 to
Okay.
7, we'll be doing workout and all. And in the evening, we have playing session. So
Okay.
it started from our early life. So that's how I started liking towards sports and all. So maybe
Okay.
due to somewhere lack of something, I couldn't become a sports person. But that liking
Sure.
for the sports has always been there.
Okay.
So once I graduated, I did my graduation in AV College, Domalgoda.
Yeah. Any college. Yes.
Yeah. So I represented my AV College team in TT as well, in inter college. It happened in GBIT. So
Yeah.
MGBIT
Okay.
at Mahatma Gandhi Institute.
Hmm.
It was in 2009, I guess.
Okay.
So I was part of my table tennis team as well. So once I'm done with graduation, I was interested in sports. So by then my age was already, right time for players to become
Absolutely.
international is before when you're 10, 15.
Absolutely.
So I was already nearing my 20s, so I couldn't make it.
Okay.
Then just
Okay.
wanted to do something in sports. In between, I had a love for film, so I applied for I applied for communication department in University of Hyderabad. So my
Okay.
first experience was radio and video production, where they'll teach you how to make movies, learn.
And that's how Priyadarshi is your friend.
Yeah, he's my classmate. He got into movies, I got into journalism.
Oh, he's your
We are
classmate.
classmates. Yeah, he's my classmate. We are batchmates.
Oh, wow.
So we keep meeting. Yeah, that's how we met. So we were in, for the first year we were in same batch. In the second year
Okay.
we have the division, the radio and video production, print and new media, communication studies. So I wanted to be a part of journalism. I couldn't get into radio and video production because
Okay.
I was not from any background. I don't have any background in
I think
journalism.
all that sports connection has who made sure
Yeah.
that you are into sports journalism.
Journalism. Yeah. So once I'm done with my postgraduate in journalism, I
Yeah.
joined Hansing for the first time. So it
Yeah,
was a
exactly.
newspaper
First
there.
was Hans India, then I think I first thing when Hans India started, you were there with
Correct.
Sri sir, I remember,
And now, sir,
and then
correct.
you
My
and
boss,
Bhavneet,
his
if I'm
boss.
not wrong. Then
Correct.
Metro, and
Yeah.
this is your third
No, in
Telangana.
between, I had worked with the Deccan Chronicle for 2 days, like a month
Okay.
before joining Metro.
Oh, okay.
So even when I was on campus, I want to tell you this. I played tennis in campus.
Yes, of course. Yeah,
in class.
that is my job. That's not your job. That is my job. Now we have changed side. You are a very good tennis player. You are a very good cricketer. You play a lot of football. You have what you don't play, Shiva? What sport you don't
Shooting.
play?
As of now, I
Yeah,
didn't try my hand
shooting
in
was one
shooting.
among them.
Yeah, shooting I tried once. It was in campus, shooting range in our campus. I tried once, a pistol and a double barrel gun. That was the only
Yeah.
time I tried. And when I
Okay.
played football, I broke my finger. Snooker, I didn't try.
Snooker, you didn't try? Those
Yeah,
are left
so
alone.
other than, yeah, all outdoor sports I try. My hands are starting to feel. No, the more you know about the more percentage you have in sports, the better for your writing as well.
Absolutely,
So
absolutely. See, that
it
is
will
what
give
we
you the
want to understand from you.
exactly.
How that that sport connection with your journalism, is it
Mm.
helping you? Do you think
Definitely, definitely. See,
there's so many, I'm not sure how many would be aspiring to become a sports journalist, but
mm,
I think you can help them with a little bit of information,
correct, correct. See, as I said,
how it actually connects you.
yeah, yeah. See, for me, from my schooling, I always had love for sports. I wanted to play something. Obviously, like any other Indian, by then, cricket was my first favorite sport. So
Yeah,
I kept playing sports from my school days. But then
yeah.
it was not an Olympic sport, so our school didn't encourage us to play cricket.
Okay.
They are encouraging on Olympic sports. So
Oh,
once I
yeah.
came,
Sure.
so when I started my first job, I said in Hans India. So
Yeah.
they had openings in every department. So when they asked me, I
Okay.
had no hesitation to choose sports because that's my
Okay.
first love. I wanted to be a sport
Yeah.
journalist. If not an
Yeah.
athlete, at least I'll be in touch with some sports if I'm in sports journalism.
Yeah.
So from my first day to this day, I was in only sports, not in other any desk. That's all.
Oh,
So having played all games, like almost major games, so you know what are the difficulties athletes go when you are playing a game,
absolutely. Absolutely. Right.
and you know the ground reality. Just instead of sitting in a chair and analyzing their game, see, which is very
Yeah.
bad. Armchair journalism is not good. If you have the personal touch and the struggle they go through, how much of technical
Right.
aspect of the game you know, the better you can
Right.
put it on the paper,
Absolutely.
and
Correct.
that gives a good read for a reader as well. The person who is reading
Absolutely.
it,
Correct.
he can relate it to the sport. So he wants to know what goes inside to making a player and becoming a player. Out of it's for coaches to train them. So that technical aspect
Absolutely.
nobody knows. People like to read success stories, but most
Yes.
of them are they don't know what goes behind it to making a champion. How tough it is for a coach or maybe for an athlete to get up so early at 5 in the morning and sleep,
Right.
follow all the discipline. So it's all not just one person. When you make
Absolutely.
a champion, it's a sync of so many things like a coach,
Yes.
proper training, technical scientific training, and diet, hardships, discipline. It goes to everything.
Absolutely.
So once you
Absolutely.
play the game, I think you have the first hand touch with all these aspects.
Absolutely.
So uh, you can put all those two in a story, which reader
Yeah.
enjoys. That's what I feel.
Absolutely.
First hand touch.
Absolutely. Yes, yes, of course. And all, as I am not sure how many of them know, but to be frank, all the local stories, I think only Telangana Today started covering all the local stories as well.
Yeah,
And then
I thought
I
that
think
was Jagannath
most
Das
of
is
them
very
started
particular.
from there.
Correct, correct. Even our boss Jagannath Das is very particular about covering locals.
Yeah,
That's not. See, everybody covers Sachin Tendulkar and Virat Kohli. You need not cover special because they are everywhere to read about them. But when
absolutely.
you are not a Kohli, when you are not a Sachin, when you are
Ab-
nothing, that's how, when you start, that's how people will come up. The more you write, the more
Absolutely.
they'll get exposure. Maybe if your story
Absolutely.
gets, if you write a story and if that player gets a sponsorship, that's a big
Yeah.
achievement for you because at least somebody came up in their life or could do something.
Yes.
That keeps you more satisfaction than writing a Kapil Dev story. Sorry, writing a Sachin story or anything because that is written by so many people. When you interview Kohli and all, you feel happy. But when you put some youngster on the
Yeah.
limelight and if it helps
Yeah.
him to get in sponsorship or some assistance, that keeps him
Yeah.
more happy.
Absolutely, absolutely. That is, I think that will be a lot of. We didn't have somebody like you when I was playing, but then yeah, there were so many of them who Solomon sir and all, Das sir especially. There were very
Correct.
few people who were writing on on not a successful player.
Correct.
Everybody wants to write on a successful player. Everybody does that.
See, I believe there is no dearth of talent, but what they need is encouragement and proper guidance, which is lacking
Absolutely.
because I have not. See, there are people who are ready to sponsor, but they don't know about these talented players. So when we
Right.
write about those people, actually they come to know if they are ready to sponsor a player, he'll come
Yes.
forward and approach them.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
at
Correct.
least it will be useful for the athletes who are talented. See what? I mean, I
Absolutely.
don't want to criticize anybody, but there is this trend now, giving so much of money to successful people after winning medals. But if you spend
Yes.
half of the money for upcoming players, they will also
Yes.
win more medals. Instead of
Absolutely.
giving 1 crore to say Saina Sindhu after winning a medal, if you put that same amount of money before when they are young, if
Yeah.
you spend that money on athletes who are upcoming, they can have good infrastructure. They'll come up and
Yeah.
win more medals. That's how
Yes, of course. They have more. I mean, they are more exposed. The more
infrastructure.
exposure they get
Correct,
from the childhood, the better.
correct. Yeah.
You mean say. Oh, super. How is your lifestyle, Shiva? If I'm not wrong, you work from about 3 o'clock, 3 to 12.
Yeah. Our regular office time is like 3:34 to 12:30. And
12,
apart from the
12:30.
reporting, apart from reporting, whenever you are
Apart from
reporting,
report.
you are
So
doing stories.
reporting, if it is at 6 o'clock, you need to go get up
Yeah,
at 6 o'clock and
exactly.
go.
Yeah. No way. You have to get up and do that.
So if it is like 5 hours of sleep, at times it is 5 hours of sleep, at times it is.
Yeah. See, in sports, generally, we don't have reporting every day. As Hyderabad is not on par with Mumbai or Delhi to have events
Yeah.
every day. But whenever
Okay.
you have, so generally, you'll get a little time in the daytime. Before you go
In
to
the day.
office, you get some time to spend some time for yourself, go to gym, do some fitness training, keep yourself fit. So because you roam around, it is also like important for any journalist, not just for journalists, but
Absolutely.
generally, it is important. So I
Absolutely.
try to keep myself fit. Once in a while, go
Of
to
course.
gym. If not 6 days, at least 4 days a week. And so,
How do you
so
manage to play so many sports? You keep in touch with all the sport you play?
I told you the love for the game. So if you want to be
Yes.
active, you are used to active lifestyle, you will find a way to keep yourself fit and play some part. So when I stop playing cricket, I will get to badminton. If I see, so something will keep you active lifestyle.
Absolutely.
Nowadays, the
Absolutely.
work you do in office, you sit in office chairs for 2, 3 hours, 3, 4 hours continuously. You don't have active lifestyle, you tend to age, you tend to get old easily.
No,
And
no,
as
I
I'm
don't.
saying, when I'm talking, I'm talking about health wise, you get BP, you should
Yes,
wear that. Lazy lifestyle will creep in.
I know. Exactly. And Shiva, how the work? You go and interview so many people. You know,
Mhm.
few might, uh, few might say maybe I don't want to do it, or few might say few would love to do it. How you
Oh,
usually approach them?
for me, I love doing interviews because I like meeting more people, especially
Yeah,
athletes. Since I love
yeah,
any game, it's always a
sure,
new challenge for you to meet new people. So I tell you,
absolutely.
see, when I was, let's say when I was in school,
Yeah,
we were watching Sachin and all on TVs. Now this
yeah,
job is providing us to meet those people in person, interact with them.
absolutely,
So it's kind of dream
absolutely.
as well. When you were a youngster,
Yes,
Sachin obviously he was a god for me when I was watching him on TV. So, but when I see him like in hand, just 1 meter
yeah,
away from him, so you feel exactly
absolutely,
you it's like so this job gives me kick as well in our life, meeting your
absolutely,
stars and that is another way of fulfilling your athlete side. To give you such
absolutely, absolutely.
so that's
Exactly.
how. So I'm always looking forward to go out and doing stories because you'll get a chance to meet new people. If not stars, the unsung heroes
Yeah,
who are going to be future stars. Like I remember I've interviewing few people when we are even came from
yeah,
under 19 World Cup. And
yeah,
he's written and interviewed him when I was in Hans India. Now he's
yeah.
playing for India. So when you look at him, you will remember those days. As in this
Exactly.
18-year-old guy, 19-year-old guy, you spoke to him.
Yes,
He's that conversation you have to remember all those things. It keeps
absolutely.
you smile on your face when you look at him on the TV like that.
Which was your best interview till date? And you have
Oh,
to tell us about it. I'm sure you
uh,
have many, many,
there's
but
so many. Yeah, when you ask me, suddenly I can't name one. But as I said, that was my first job, Hans India.
yeah,
So I got to meet Vihari after his return from the World Cup.
yeah,
So I spoke to him and I remember the headline I gave. See,
okay,
defeating Pakistan was a defining moment of the World Cup. Okay, when he came, so I asked him, like, apart from the whole interview, they were asking what was the memorable moments. I remember him telling that he told me that India defeating Pakistan in the World Cup was a memorable moment. Even because the rivalry between India and Pakistan was so
yeah,
touted, as in, so that was my first big interview. But after
okay,
that, I interviewed so many people. Like you keep in IPL, you interviewed Kohli as well, David Warner, Kane Williamson, all superstars of the game.
yeah,
And in tennis, I remember when Pranjala was on tennis, regarding tennis. When Pranjala was playing under 14 in LB Stadium, I interviewed her. She won
Okay.
that under 14 Asian title.
Asian
Now
rank,
she
yeah.
like part of Fed Cup, Indian
Absolutely.
team members.
Yeah.
So we like, and when Sania Mirza opened her academy, I
Yeah.
did an experiment with Sania Mirza as well, sitting next to her.
Uh,
By 1 year, before 1 year, she retired from singles and focusing on doubles and started academy.
yes.
So just
Yes.
wanted to know her mind about why she wanted to open an academy. So I remember she telling, because after Sania Mirza, I've seen nobody close enough to becoming another Sania Mirza.
Right.
So she wanted
Right.
to find another Sania Mirza for the country from Hyderabad. So that was her main reason to open an academy.
Yeah. Exactly.
So because after Sania Mirza, I've seen a lot of gap. The next 10 players are not up to them. Now we have Ankita Rai, people coming up close to her, but when you see her achievement, there is none close to her in the women's.
Exactly.
So when you come to know what is the athlete's brain, it gives you that extra luxury to get into their mind and know what they're thinking.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
that's
I think
very-
all that sporting thing, whatever you wanted to do, maybe
Exactly.
what I am feeling from your point of view is whatever you wanted to do. I think you're doing it now through
it's
them.
like looking for, exactly. It's like looking yourself in others. What you missed in your mind.
Absolutely.
What you could have
Absolutely.
achieved.
Absolutely.
it's
So,
like,
and I'm sure you might be having some very, very, very special interview,
that's what maybe.
which you cannot. I mean, you might have learned something from it, or you might have, experienced something from it. Come on, you can think.
I think every interview is different from the past one. From
Okay.
every interview, you learn something or the other. Because
Absolutely.
from one aspect, you think about one thing in one aspect. But when he
Okay.
gives another version,
Yeah.
now you'll know there is another version of it, how you could do that, not just what you think. So there is so many. Maybe I did Mithali's interview once when she retired from T20 recently.
Okay.
So I called
Yeah.
and spoke on what was her thought process of quitting T20s at this point, because there was so much controversy after the World Cup where she was sitting near to sit on sideline for semis against England. It was a huge controversy and India lost in the finals and they came back now.
Okay.
So everybody thought she would retire from that soon after the World Cup. But she didn't.
Okay.
Then when I asked her, she said there is a T20 World Cup coming up next year. And she thought it was the right time to retire because she wants to give somebody else the place so that the new person who is coming into the team will get enough time to get used to the international circuit and play for the country. So
That is a very kind gesture.
because generally people, it's not wrong, but most of the players, whoever is doing, they want to continue till the last minute. They want to do forever.
Absolutely.
That's how they love the sport.
Exactly.
It's love
That's
for the
how
sport.
sportsmen are usually.
Exactly. So you
Federer
want
is
to
not
prolong
giving
your
up
career.
yet.
Exactly. So you want to do it till your last breath. Nobody wants to quit.
Yeah, exactly.
But realizing your own potential and the kind of situation we are in, providing a chance to youngsters, sacrificing one place to another, that is also takes courage.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So
But
those things.
do you think people will believe this? If you write down, people will believe this. I am sure people won't believe this.
and these are things you can't put on paper also sometimes.
Absolutely.
Just, you will feel it and you will think that that's a great gesture. But you can't put it
That is only you can feel it.
Yeah, exactly.
You can feel it because you told me. Maybe I can feel it.
So these are the small things. Whenever you interview somebody, you will get to know the personal feeling. That the closeness, proximity, you will feel that than anybody else. Because you get to ask whatever you want. You get to know them. So that gives you that extra luxury, So that feeling is,
you tend to have you tend to add more respect towards them now because of that small gesture. Most of them don't know. I think even you cannot write nor you can tell anybody about this.
These are the little secrets which you keep to yourself. But
Of course.
it will help us share it to others.
Yeah. I mean that's I think that is one of the best things it can happen to anyone. I mean I'm sure you must have seen thousands of athletes by now who came up with these small stuff.
Correct.
Tell me, tennis or cricket? I'm sorry?
Oh shit! No, that is when you said tennis or cricket, that is too difficult.
So I'm going to get you. I'm going to trouble you a little bit, as I told you initially. Okay, I won't trouble you this way. I'll tell you, which are your, favorite games. Favorite games in the sense cricket and tennis both are your favorite. I
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
Which you usually like to play often, which regularly playing like regularly.
See, I'll tell you because since my childhood I love cricket, and for
Yeah,
to play cricket you need to have at least 22 people.
absolutely,
So of course in a well and all you have a ball and bat with 2 3 people you'll play. But I play a lot of
absolutely,
cricket since my childhood.
absolutely,
But I started,
absolutely. And you
but
still
I started
continue to play journalist
yeah,
tournaments.
yeah. So I'll be looking forward to playing cricket whenever possible. And I'll tell you
Yes.
how my first love started with tennis.
Yeah.
When I was studying at AV college, I used to get a
Yeah.
bus at public gardens
Okay.
bus stop. From there, I used to
Yeah.
go to AV college. So
Hmm.
there is a court inside public gardens which I used to watch from bus stand. When you used to
Yeah.
wait for a bus
Asif
stand,
Club.
there is a
Asif Club.
so I was
Asif.
people, maybe old people, retired people, veterans were
Yeah.
playing
Yeah.
tennis
All
every
old
day.
people,
Correct,
veterans play
correct.
there.
So yeah. So whenever I was waiting there, I used to peep through that. There is a small gap between the
Yeah. There's
floors.
gap, the
Yeah,
fence
yeah.
and
So I
all.
used to
Yeah.
peep through it, and I just loved how they played, and I wanted to try my hand.
Yeah.
So for till my graduation and all, I couldn't try my hand. Once I
Right.
joined University of Hyderabad, and that too,
Huh?
the second year I realized we had a tennis court. There was a
Okay.
free coach.
Yeah.
But I
Uh-huh.
came to know it after 1 year. So as soon as I got to know, I joined it. I went there and I just started my hand. Maybe
Yeah.
in a month or so, I started playing well, so which I liked very much.
Yeah.
So there were few coaches from outside. Upendra, now
Yeah.
he works with Sanamil Academy. He used to come there.
Okay.
Now there is a coach called Satish, I guess. I think he was training in, Sama Satvik was training in the Amirpet Academy. I don't remember the
Okay.
academy. So he was teaching there. So I
Okay.
got to learn from some good coaches who trained us good in basics. So
Yeah.
that was a clay court then. Now it's a
Yeah.
synthetic one in
Very good.
campus.
Yes. You have a
Yeah,
picture of that as well.
yeah. So whenever it's during Roland Garros or Wimbledon, I go back to those pictures and look at them on Facebook. Just to
Yes.
see
And post
whether
them on Instagram
yeah,
and Facebook for sure. Yes.
correct. Because that brings out that love for the game. Whenever there's a Wimbledon season, or French Open season, I'll visit those pics and revisit
Yes.
those
Of
memories.
course. Absolutely. Absolutely. And cricket, you started
Cricket
playing there. You played
from my school,
because
yeah.
I invited you for playing for our team as well, and
Correct. See,
you
that is
didn't make it.
the problem is we
We are
work.
disappointed.
No, I've seen your figures and all. You are better player than me, so I don't
It's
want to
nothing
problem.
like that. It's just Shiva. We are talking about sport all through the. It's just because love for the game.
Correct.
Love for not just not just one game. We're talking about love for sport. So many
Sport
sports.
in general. Correct.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And who's your favorite? Okay. I want you to tell me about your favorite sport and your favorite sports person.
See, I'm a journalist. I don't want to be biased, but I have my
No,
favorites. Correct.
not biased. It is absolutely a conversation. It's not, I'm not going to write this in the papers tomorrow. Shiva says he doesn't like Dhoni, he likes only Sachin.
No. When it comes to cricket, Sachin is he was my god when I was in school.
Absolutely.
Even
God of
now,
cricket.
yeah, yes, because I grew up watching his
Yeah.
videos, his famous
Absolutely.
innings and World
Yeah, I
Cup
think
against
all
Pakistan.
1980s born,
Correct.
Sachin will be their,
Definitely. Yeah.
not, I won't say hero, he's like superhero.
Superhero is no less than a god for me. So
Absolutely. Yes,
whenever we
and
went to school, once we opened a newspaper, I used to open the last page and see what's there in the sports. Apart from the sporting pages of Enadu, what I used to read in school, I just
yeah,
used to open last page and see sports.
yeah.
Whenever we had a library period, we used to run to library and see sports star. Other than sports
Wow.
pages, I never picked up anything. So Sachin in sports, but once you get to
Yeah.
know people from personal and so much work they put in, now I started liking so many people
Of
in
course,
cricket.
with the IPL, I think you must have, uh, uh, you must have come through so many people, across so many people, and their lifestyle.
Correct. And watch so many people work out in nets, working on the
Yeah.
techniques from first hand. So I It's not just one person anymore because everybody puts in their heart and soul to train.
Right.
I've seen David Warner train in Nets, Ken Williamson together, both of them working together for IPL. I've seen so many people, like Virat Kohli working out, bowlers sweating it out in nets, putting in so much work, so many extra yards in that. So I generally got a lot of respect for athletes. See, their performances on and off, you will have bad phases.
Yeah, that will have.
So, because once you know the hard work they put in from first time, you can't disrespect anyone.
Of course.
There will be days you will be out on the first day for a duck. That doesn't mean people can question your hard work. Unless you're indisciplined, if you're putting your everything and all, success comes later. But putting in those hard works, that work ethics are more important.
Absolutely.
I started liking so many people, not just one or two.
Absolutely. It is not, talking to you is not like talking to a sports journalist. It is as if talking to a coach or a senior player or, same,
like I said,
to a sportsman.
I told you this.
I wish we have more people. I wish we have more people who actually played sport and they are writing, they're getting into sports journalism.
Yeah, that's what, because this gives us
all
aspects. You get to know what goes into making a player, from playing a player, being a coach, even promoters. They have to play a lot of big role in promoting players. Despite having so much talent and all, if you can't get an opportunity to play in a tournament, the talent goes waste. It goes unnoticed.
Absolutely.
So that's why even the sponsors, everything plays their part, not just the player or the coach. So that's what the whole ecosystem, when you are in this field, you come to know the whole
ecosystem is probably the right word.
Correct.
Yeah, we have quite a lot of. Yeah, and next let's go to from cricket. Let's go to tennis.
Okay. Tennis.
Nadal, obviously, I know that.
Yeah, Roger Federer is my all-time great. Yes. So, and
when it comes to clay court, Nadal, obviously.
And when it comes to Indian, we have legends like Leander Pace, Payesh Bhupathi, so many people. But what Sanya did for Hyderabad tennis, it's unforgettable. She has
not just, I would say, Hyderabad tennis,
but the Indian tennis as well.
Tennis. Absolutely.
So you can't question her enormous amount of contribution for the Indian tennis. It's unmatchable.
Correct.
So I respect a lot for this. See, that's what. Apart from other things, from sports angle, I very much appreciate what she did for the Indian tennis. And she put in Hyderabad on world map in tennis. Before that, I don't see any Hyderabadi or Hyderabad on the world.
No, not up to that extent. We had
players.
We just had we had Davis Cup players, people who made it to the Fed Cup, but not as big as Tanya.
Yeah, and the problem with me was I started in 2011, so I'm a little bit. When I was in school and all, I was not following tennis and all. So I may not know many players who played for the country in those earlier days.
No problem. It's all available with me. But not an interview. I will not give it in an interview.
Federer, Nadal, and Indian legends, so many people in tennis.
Right.
That's what I told you. One more thing here, it's not even controversial. The more you get to know players and their personal life, you tend to respect everyone, not just one.
Exactly.
So you love
exactly. That is what is all I wanted from you. I think you're smartly playing your cards.
You said it's not an interview, so
just kidding. Yeah, Shiva, and how about football?
Football, I told you.
You watch a lot of football as well.
Yeah. I started watching recently, 3-4 years back. I started keenly observing. Before that, I was not much into football because I played football in my school and I broke my thumb.
Oh.
The split is still there on my finger. So
okay.
I only realized that I'd start my game because I didn't go under any formal training there.
Okay.
So I hardly played twice, I guess.
Okay.
But obviously, my favorite is, though the debate is Messi and Ronaldo, as players I love both of them, but I'm little inclined towards Messi. So
Messi.
Yeah.
That is what you like those perfectionists. It tells you that Tendulkar is a perfectionist, Federer is a perfectionist.
So you are making a controversial statement saying that Ronaldo is not a perfectionist.
No,
Ronaldo
no, no,
fans
none
might
of
come in.
that. I mean, humble perfectionist
Yeah, yeah.
who
You
make
tend to go
sound.
with the people who are very humble, despite so much of talent and
Absolutely,
all. The people
absolutely,
like who are grounded, who are humble in their
absolutely,
attitude. You tend to like them generally.
absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean,
No
that is
disrespect to Ronaldo, he's super talented.
absolutely. I mean,
Yeah,
everybody is
talent wise,
talented. Everybody has their own lifestyles. Their
exactly, exactly.
ways of pulling the crowd, because ultimately you have
Correct,
to pull
correct.
crowd, and everybody
Exactly.
has their way. Dhoni has a way by hitting a six. Tendulkar has
Correct.
straight drive. Everybody has.
Exactly. And even a very good defense is also very good to watch. Respecting
Absolutely.
bowlers and middle, that perfect defense which hits middle.
Yeah,
Players like Rahul
absolutely.
Dravid's defense.
Absolutely. Rahul
Look
Dravid.
very good. It look very good to look.
Absolutely.
Not
Absolutely.
just
And
one
how about
sixes.
hockey? Hockey, you write so much about hockey as
I
well.
wrote so much about hockey as well, but there is not much of activity in Hyderabad, which is very unfortunate. Same with
Yes, there's
football.
not much
For
active.
a
Yeah,
period of 10 years, there was no association for football as well. It started
absolutely.
6 years ago. When you know that you came about football, I want to make one thing. When you know about
Yeah.
half of the Indian team was from Hyderabad, and
Yes,
Hyderabad has
of
so much
course.
of rich football culture, you feel very
Yeah.
sad to see what's happening right now. This is
Right.
the last year only we got an ISL team, that too because Pune was cancelled. So Hyderabad has so
Absolutely.
much of football history. It's very sad.
Oh, a lot of
Hopefully,
history.
yeah. And even hockey, we've seen. I spoke to Mukesh. I interviewed him once when he was the secretary of the Hyderabad hockey. So
Yeah.
he was speaking about the hockey days in Hyderabad then. And Dhanraj Pillai also has come to Hyderabad once
Yeah.
to the stadium. He was there and
Practice.
he
Yeah.
was. So I was interviewing him. So as a player, I didn't look at the whole footage as much, but I've been following what current Indian player is going on. I love the captain, Srijesh Kohli. Now he's not the
Mm.
captain anymore, but I like his attitude. It is very cool.
Yeah.
So I like Srijesh, the goalkeeper.
Okay. Yeah, I think. And how about badminton?
Badminton,
I mean, everybody is there. Most of them are from Hyderabad,
yeah.
but
The whole,
yeah,
uh,
one who you would like to watch more,
you are
maybe the
talking about
great.
Indian or the anyone
Anybody,
across?
anyone. Okay, let's have one foreign and one Indian.
Okay. Foreign, I have two favorites, but Taiju is my number one because I've seen her deceptive plates. So pinpoint accuracy she plays with.
Okay,
At the same time, her smashes is too powerful. The
okay,
same stroke she can play twice, like one smash, one deceptive depth touch just over the net. So her game
okay.
is too good and she's very intellectual. And I like Carolina Marin's game as well, her aggression.
Oh,
But
of
my favorite
course.
is PV Sindhu for what she has done for Indian badminton. And I have a lot
Yeah,
of respect for the kitchen for producing Saina Sindhu, the Olympians for the
of course.
country, Olympic medalists, not just Olympians, they're Olympic medalists.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. There's
so
some you can say they are torchbearers for
yeah,
Hyderabad as well as India.
correct,
Yeah,
correct.
a lot of respect for them.
A lot of
So
respect.
they've contributed, and I think how you mentioned, Sanya, for that matter, Mukesh,
Mm,
all Lakshman. Now Vihari is
correct.
doing a great job.
Mm,
Sindhu, Sai, I think all these, of course, Duty Chand and all, they've been practicing in living in Hyderabad and doing. But then I think from those days when I used to play, when we were talking about late 90s and
mm.
early 2000, the culture has changed now. I
Correct,
mean,
correct.
don't,
It
they
started,
don't
the
see
sports culture has
the,
started coming
yeah,
into
sports
society.
culture is going to take
Mm,
time because
correct, correct. But
you
still,
won't
at least
believe.
we are aware of it. Correct. Before it was
Absolutely, you
nothing.
won't.
At least we started realizing that it is part of life now. People can choose
Right.
careers in sports, not just time pass thing.
Absolutely.
Because most of the parents are
Absolutely.
worried about their kids' careers. If
Absolutely.
they are into sports, they are going to neglect school studies, and they are not going to, and they are going to end up like anyone. But now sports is
Absolutely.
also providing career, so it's a good thing as well.
Yeah, because
So,
just like even in tennis, now
mm,
if you're not working out, you can always become a tennis coach and help,
correct,
make a living out of it. You can become a, official. You can
correct,
also now we have an administrator's course as well now
correct,
coming.
correct.
So you can become an
I love the administration
administrator.
aspect. The fact
Yeah.
that people
So
are aware of the power sports and the careers,
yeah,
different careers, it's good that people started encouraging. Parents also started encouraging kids to take up sport. So the
Absolutely.
culture is changing, which is good sign. But I
Yeah, I
still
think next 10
want to see
years we
Hyderabad
should.
as superpower. I still
Yeah,
want
yeah.
to see Hyderabad as superpower in all sports, not just in badminton, tennis.
I think so because I think next 10 years we should be taking a bigger turn because a lot of
Yeah,
no offense to anyone, but then next 6 months these kids who say that we have to go to Spain and train or Europe,
mm,
they cannot go, they cannot get out of Hyderabad or India
correct,
now,
correct.
so they have
Yeah,
no other option but to train here.
but it's
But
really
what
here.
I'm trying
Yes.
to say, we in India have so many coaches. I mean, not just in tennis, cricket, and all. It's just that you have to pick the right coach.
Correct, correct. But I've
Yeah,
started following people like you, started giving coaches on scientific levels, not just see, including scientific methods is very important because most of them are not aware.
yeah. Uh, Shiva, Shiva, sorry, we missed the last two. We missed the last thing. Yes, go
Ah,
ahead, Shiva.
see, when I started like few years ago, the quality of coaching
Yeah,
was also not up to the mark there because people are not trained scientifically there maybe.
yeah,
Now I've seen so many people like you taking up coaching up to next level. It's very wonderful
yeah.
to see coaches training in scientific methods, taking all the nuances into consideration. Because when I was training, I knew people who were just
Sorry, guys. I think Shiva is at work, so uh, Shiva, sorry, we missed.
no problem. Yeah,
Think because you're inside some network problem.
yeah.
No problem. Go ahead, Shiva.
Yeah, I was talking about the coaching being taken to the next level, and like people
Yeah.
like you, because so much of scientific methods goes into training and kid as well. That's
Yes,
being
of course.
followed. That's academies like you. It's very heartening to see that you need not go to Spain to train like them. You can become a good player training here. As you say, it's like choosing correct way, showing the correct path. If you are the right coach, you will become a right player, good player.
Absolutely, Shiva, because we cannot be in. I mean, if you have to compete with the world, you have to
Mm.
work according to the world standards. We cannot
Correct, correct.
cannot get back to our old culture and all that. We
Mm.
have to keep changing because a
Correct.
lot
The
of
game is
fitness and all.
dynamic. Yeah. The game is dynamic. It keeps changing. So you have to
Absolutely,
follow
it is getting more powerful and more
Mm.
faster.
Correct. Because the fitness levels are have gone up a lot.
Absolutely. We were talking to some of the cricket coaches as well.
Mm.
After 2020 came into
Mm.
the world cricket, the
Mm.
fielding,
Correct.
everything has come so far.
Agility and ground. Correct, correct. The
Yeah,
competition is always going up. There's no doubt about it. So you have to be updated.
absolutely, absolutely. And the most important, what do you think, is changing, from, it is almost, if I'm not wrong, it is 10 years now that you're into
Yeah,
sports
it's my
journalism.
10th year. Correct. It's my 10th
10th
year.
year? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was thinking this is your 10th or ninth or between 9 and 10. So,
Yeah.
what changes have you seen and what do you think would be better?
In terms of sports culture in the
These 10
city,
years, when you started till date,
mm,
okay, in these 10 years, what
mm,
changes have you seen? What do you think can still get better? I mean, in
yeah,
all aspects, not just tennis, everything.
mm. See, when I started the
Yeah.
sporting activities across the country, like across, maybe we'll talk about
Yeah.
Hyderabad. Because Hyderabad was
Mm.
very few. We had a volleyball tournament there, like IPL kind of volleyball. Now it's not there. For volleyball,
Okay.
the game has gone down because there are no activities around the clock. The players, the more they
Okay.
play throughout the year, the
Yeah.
better they'll become. Like for Kabaddi,
Absolutely.
other than district, national, there are no events. Now there is at least Telangana Premier Kabaddi League. The leagues like this will keep a player active throughout the year. Once he's active throughout
Yeah.
the year, then only he can be updated and he will reach the next level. Because the more tournaments
Absolutely.
you play in a year, the more he will be active. So now
Absolutely.
there was no football when I started. The association was in shambles. only 2-3 clubs doing small tournaments, inter-school tournaments, like Shastri Soccer Club at Thirumalgiri. That was only doing the tournaments around the year. So at least now they have an association.
Absolutely.
They have some C division league started going up. There is an I league team, B division in India, in Hyderabad. So from then now, the football, not just sporting activities have gone up. There are good number of
Okay.
tournaments now. But what I would like to see is competition level should go a little higher, because when you're
Okay.
competing at national level, we are still lagging behind. Apart from tennis and badminton, see the standards of cricket. When you see Ranji Trophy, you realize the standards have come down, or maybe
Absolutely.
so much of money coming into the game, or discipline, whatever. There are so many reasons.
Absolutely.
It's a big topic
Yeah.
to dwell on, but maybe not the
Yeah.
right time. But what I've
Yeah.
seen, the sporting activities have gone up in the city. There are the number of tournaments have gone up. But
Yeah.
I want to see more of a qualitative game, like standard wise, it should go up.
Yeah. The more
So
you
that
mean to say, more competition, more competitive tournaments all through the
exactly.
year will keep
All
them
through the year,
moving ahead.
correct. Because once if you have one tournament in 2 months or 3 months, it doesn't going to help anybody, neither the players
Right.
nor the coaches. You can train people every day, but once they don't experience that match atmosphere, they won't progress. So
Correct.
once the player plays more matches, he will get mentally strong. Even if it's a lose, he'll get used to it. He'll learn how to come out of it. So I want to see more number of tournaments in every game, not just cricket or tennis or badminton.
Yeah.
And
True.
there are other sports we don't have proper infrastructure as well. There are
Yes.
hardly now. At least there are 2-3 skating rings. Before that, there was only one at Lasagna near the low tank bar. At least
Yeah.
now
Lower
few
time.
have come up. I want more infrastructure. I know
Right.
it requires a lot of money from government to spend, but at least whatever facilities we have, we can make best use of them, like a Chiboli, swimming pool. There are facilities of different academies. They should be used
Yeah.
to the fullest.
Yeah. We have to use it to the fullest. So
Yeah.
driving competition, driving people towards the game is also important. You mean to say,
Important.
even
I've seen
promoting the each
people-
game.
Correct. And the good thing is people started understanding the importance of sports in their life.
Yeah.
Not
Exactly.
on the activities they do for physical activities also. It's
I
like
think thanks to 10K runs and all, people have
correct.
actually,
They're engaging.
yeah,
Correct. Those ones are
yeah, they're
engaging people
engaging
from
towards
city.
some, yeah,
And it did create awareness among people about the active lifestyle.
Mm.
So at least the people are now, parents especially, are opening in their mind. They are open to sending their kids to sports and to let them
Absolutely.
choose a career in them. So that has improved in the last 10 years. When I started, there are very few athletes. Like if
Yeah.
you go to discipline by discipline, there are very few. Now I can see number increasing. Maybe
Exactly. Schools
that's
also
very
coming in with so much of
exactly.
infrastructure. I mean, sports infrastructure. Now school
Correct.
also, international
And,
schools.
and exactly. And school is the right place to get kids into sports. That's where you spot
Right.
talent and you start nurturing from them. Unless you start a
Correct.
sport at school level, you can't become an international athlete to that standard. So it's catch them in as the phase goes on. You should catch them
Catch
in
them,
and
yeah.
train them there.
Yeah.
Correct.
Absolutely.
Then only you can become good. And I've seen so many
Absolutely.
schools coming up with good infrastructure.
Yeah.
See, there are schools which do not have grounds as well. There are schools
Absolutely.
like that. And there are schools
Yeah.
who are putting in money to create infrastructure in sports.
Yeah, exactly.
So I really want to stress here that schools should take initiative. Then only
Right.
you will see superstars in the future coming. Because unless you train them
Absolutely.
young, there is no point. If you start at 15 years, the success rate is very less. You can become an international athlete,
Right.
but the success rate is less. Unless you start at the age of maybe 7 or 8, 9, 10. What is the proper age? Schooling.
Yeah.
So that
Absolutely.
should be. So I feel catching them young is the mantra for us to be successful in the next
Absolutely.
10, 15 years.
Absolutely. And what you see in the last 10 years, to be frank, when I was a kid, when I was playing under 10s and under 12, we had so many school tournaments, not just in tennis, but also like if you see cricket, you had the Boost Cup.
Hmm.
So basically, I played Boost Cup as well. Then I played tennis, inter-school tennis tournaments as well. So there were not just one. There were different inter-school tournaments. Now, how is that? Do you think that will help inter-school?
Definitely.
Not many
See,
inter-school tournaments nowadays,
there
I
are
guess.
exactly. There are not many tournaments. There are only hardly 1 or 2 in the entire year. See,
Yeah.
if you get that child to experience what a competitive level is at school level, he wants to excel in that one. So the more he plays a kid when he's in school, the more you'll get used to it, the competitive mode he'll get into. So I
Absolutely.
think, as I said, that inter-schoolism, as I said, schooling is important. So the tournaments among schools, that is more important in any game. It could be any game,
Absolutely.
but they need to have those many tournaments in the school level. The more they play, the
Right.
better they become. The more, it's as simple as that. The more you work hard, the better you become at anything.
Exactly.
So
So
they need to have, you should keep that athlete running throughout the year. You should not give them any break, because you should look forward
absolutely.
to playing in each tournament. You should forward every month to play a tournament so that he'll train himself for the tournament. If you have a tournament once in
Absolutely.
6 months, you will work only for that fifth month and you will play 1 month and you will again next 4 months you will be idle. You won't
Right.
have that
Correct.
intensity in training. The training levels, the
Continuity.
intensity of
Continuity all through
exactly.
the year. Say if somebody is
Mhm.
starting at 6, 7 years old, till
Mhm.
like they're 2 years old, till they
Because
take up.
Yeah, because if you don't have tournaments regularly, you
Yeah.
won't have that intensity in your training. You might go
Yeah.
to a net session and play, but the
Yeah.
intensity level drops if you don't have tournaments. You won't put your
Absolutely.
100% on the tennis court or the cricket field. The more
Yeah.
tournaments you have,
Absolutely.
the better it will become.
Absolutely. Perfect. See, now everything is coming out from that sportsman point of view, not from a
And
journalist point of view. I
no,
told
I
you,
should
I'll,
stick to
I'll bring the
journalism.
sportsman out of you.
He's always on.
Sorry?
The sports person is always on. In a snatch,
Yeah,
out.
that is always on.
Yes.
The journalist is
Yeah,
behind.
yeah. So playing is first love.
Amazing.
Writing about is
Amazing.
second.
Amazing. Amazing. And how much do you write every day? I mean, how does your work, your work stress, and how does that,
See,
that is
that's what.
usually?
See, sports is my love. I don't think it's any. I never
No,
felt
no,
any
no. How
stress.
no? How do you
Yeah.
write? What are the topics you usually get every day, and
Um,
uh, all
see,
that stuff.
see.
You
If you
make the
are, if
page.
you
I know you make the page. So
are,
what
that is
contents and
true.
what you do?
See, writing stories. See, whenever you have an event-based stories, we do generally. If you have an IPL, for the 45 days you are locked,
Yeah.
because you have every other week you have a match here. Before the match, you have press conference. After the match, press conference, match report, post-match conferences. So apart from event-based, when there is nothing, then you have to find stories. Like how to
Yeah.
search how people, like this is a lockdown going on, how
Yeah.
athletes are keeping themselves fit. So
Absolutely.
you have to bring those stories out. And if it's maybe an academy or maybe an athlete, how he's coming up, how he's training for a future tournament. There is, like, we are supposed to have Olympics. Then we
Yeah.
will have a Olympic run-up stories, how they are preparing, like badminton, maybe tennis players, athletes, who
Right.
are part of Indian team. So
Right.
it's always on the search. You have to,
Yeah.
it's more than a work, it's like a good leisure for you.
Yeah.
Bring
Of
out
course.
people stories, you're giving stories to people to read about them. It's like
Right.
introducing a one person to so many people through you. It's like kind of privilege, not just work. It gives you a
Yeah,
lot of freedom.
and it is so, and you can socialize with people,
Correct. As I
easily.
told you, it let you meet so many people, not just
Right,
superstars, but the future superstars, unsung heroes. So many people who are behind the screen. You have that
right.
personal touch, and you get to talk to them. How what goes into it. It gives you and it so much knowledge to you also as a person. It helps you grow on your personal note as well. Not just knowing about them, how you can incorporate those things in you, how it will help you
Absolutely.
as a person. Because I've seen people struggling for their kids, maybe coaches struggling for the athletes. They work a
Yeah.
lot of effort they put in by coaches, the family members. There's so much
Yes, of course.
sacrifices. You get to know
Yes.
so much now. As a person, you develop as a person as well. The more you see, watch, learn. As a person, you grow as well. So it's like
Yes, of
mutual.
course. Yeah, mutual. And
Yeah.
how see you are there's so many sports journalists. There is sports journalist association now.
Mhm.
Sports writers, sports. Don't you guys say if we get some time, let's play some sport?
Oh,
What
we
we are
love to.
writing about it. Yeah, I know there's one tournament which you guys play every year,
But
and
the
there's one South Zone as well, right?
correct. It's all over, all it Sport Journalist Federation of India. We have an association. So every
Yeah,
year they'll conduct these games like in different
every
cities.
year. You have it every
Every
year,
year.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
every year. This time I couldn't go because
yeah.
my sister's marriage was planned in the same time, during the same time.
Oh, okay.
So before that, it happened in Bangalore. We played there
Yeah.
and I won another
Yes,
match.
I
So
remember you got the
yeah,
trophy.
yeah, I am another match. So those are the tournaments we look forward to. That's what. As a journalist, you will be
Yeah,
busy with your work and all. You won't get so
yeah,
much time to play because you need to have so many people. among media, so people have gone into their work style mode. They won't get time to play. So that's why I play carpet leagues outside with my friends.
Yes, of course.
But
Yeah.
so we have few people from media who are interested in playing cricket. So we formed a team, cricket
Yeah.
team. So we started participating in carpet league like 4 5 years. Since 4 years we started. Whenever there's a
Okay.
carpet league, we should pull in money and we will give our
Yeah.
team and we play tournaments every Sunday. Actually, they are on Sundays,
Good.
Saturday, Sunday. So that's how we play. Because we'll be so. And we
So you
started. I
keep
told
in
you I
touch with the
started playing
game.
Yeah, yeah. And we started playing badminton like 2 3 months ago. So
Yeah.
like twice a week we'll book that court in Game Point after the office hours. It's after 12. So 12 to 2
Okay.
we go there for 2 hours. We'll slog it out. We'll sweat it out.
So after
So
like 12 to 2.
yeah. From office we'll go to that court directly for two
Okay.
hours or 1.5 hour, whatever you get. We book for two
Oh
hours,
my
12 to
goodness.
2.
This is something people don't know about you guys.
Yeah, because our timing is like that.
Yeah.
We end our work at 12. So by the time we go
Yeah.
there 12:20, by 12:30 we'll start until 2 o'clock. We'll slug it out. We'll sweat it out. That's the only time where you feel you don't know what's happening outside the court. You are focused on court. You're completely off your
Absolutely.
and you're
So
more focused
journalists
on
play in the night.
correct. You have no option unless it's early morning matches at 6 or 7 o'clock.
Okay, okay. And
That's how
how, see, everybody knows that, anyway, choice, we are just getting short of time also, but, quickly, how, see, all the journalists, you work for different, media houses,
correct.
how are you as a team? When all you guys meet up, I know it is a lot of fun because I have done enough,
Mm.
uh,
So nowadays the
did it.
gatherings have become less, but
Yeah.
unless you have an award function or maybe we are not meeting up regularly because everyone has their own timing, like just goes till 12:30 one and all. So we hardly meet like journalists, apart from any events like if you connect
Yeah,
tournament, we'll
of
come
course.
there. So those are the places where we get to meet. Apart from that, we don't meet generally. Maybe 3 4 times a month. We used to meet when we had award function and all. This year award
Okay.
function got cancelled as well because of this corona. So
Yeah,
we were
of
supposed to have
course.
it in April.
Okay.
So whenever we have that one, we'll start working for that. So it's hardly that's not during
Yeah, of
events
course.
only.
Everybody is connected on WhatsApp and
Yeah.
emails and
Correct.
all that.
The problem
Yeah.
is most of the people in our media are like seniors who are
Yeah,
not ready to
absolutely.
play or anything now. So I have to search for other people of my age, maybe younger,
Yeah, I
to
think
motivate our
sports. I
players.
think very few people are youngsters. Most of them are quite
Correct.
senior.
Most of them are
Mm.
seniors. So I'm struggling
How
to
has
cope with it.
how has being with how has knowledge and experience of Das helped
Hmm.
you?
Yeah, it's been more than three
Is
years. It's
somebody
almost
who
four
I think
years.
you look up to
Correct.
him?
Yeah, exactly. Because I've seen him tell he is written stories about so many people now. When Lakshman was a kid, when Vihari was playing in front of his home, he used to tell us
Yeah,
stories.
absolutely.
Vihari
Yeah,
used to play in front of his corridor and we used to scold him.
yeah.
And Jagannath sir's wife used to tell him, it seems like, you're going to write story about him, you're going to be a cricketer for India and all. Now he has become a cricketer, now you have to remember those things. When you listen to those stories, it motivates you. Because that's what,
Absolutely. Having seniors are all around us,
sharing their knowledge.
it's very,
Correct,
very
correct.
important, I
And they
guess.
have
Not
seen
just
so
it.
much and they have seen like more than 30 years of sport of the country
Absolutely.
and state.
Absolutely.
It's,
Maybe Subbu sir is one among them. Das sir is
correct,
one.
correct. Yeah. So many
There's so
people.
many people around.
Yeah. And
Yes.
the most of them are our seniors only who have so much of experience. I think in print journalism, there are only few with less experience. I'm the least experienced, I guess, as of now. Maybe there
10
are
years
few, but
is not less experience, Shiva.
but compared to 20 years, 30 years of experience.
Yeah, yeah.
Because our
20
seniors have so
years
much
is quite
experience.
a lot of experience. I am sure you must have met almost more than maybe 20,000 athletes by now.
Yeah, but there is no limit to experience. You learn every day. Every day you get to learn something new from everyone.
Absolutely,
So,
absolutely. What are your next plans? We are anyways running short of time, so we have 3 minutes more. And 3 minutes, I
okay.
want you to tell what is your next future plans and what do you expect. I mean, expect in the sense, what are you looking at Hyderabad sport? How do you want Hyderabad sport to be? I mean,
See, the
I'm sure you
ideal,
must be having something inside that. Okay, if this was like this, maybe it would have been better.
see, if you're a journalist and if you love sports, for a sport journalist, the one thing you want to do is do everything. Every day you have to run to stadiums, do some stories, because the more active
Right.
the city gets, the more you get to meet people, the more you work, you live. That gives a
Absolutely.
lot of help as well. Because
Yeah.
I want to go out, run around people and do stories, see what's happening. I want Hyderabad to be a
Right.
sports cultural hub.
Yeah.
Like badminton, like tennis, I want Hyderabad to be the biggest city in the country, or maybe
Yeah.
nucleus of the Indian sport. So
Yeah.
you should be busy every day. There should be some other sport event, so that you should not sit idle at home. For
Right.
me as a journalist, we would like to see more sports happening. If you are
Right.
compared to Mumbai or Delhi, you're still lagging behind. There are not so many events like what they have. So I want to see
Yeah.
more competitions in all games. So I want
Yes.
Hyderabad maybe in the next few years like what Delhi is, or maybe what Mumbai is, like super hub, like the
Right.
biggest
Yeah.
city for sports in India. I want to see Hyderabad
Yes.
like that. And it's a true metropolitan in every sense, except in sports. Like it's only badminton and tennis I see. A few people
Yeah.
coming here, but I want it to be the sports hub for everything. I want to see Hyderabad
Yeah,
like that.
touch wood, Shiva. Hopefully, it should
Yeah,
happen after this Corona because the lives that now sport and all is one part, and lives of the people is another most
yeah,
important part. So maybe after this, pandemic finishes comes to an end, maybe we can. Hopefully,
yeah.
we see.
Correct. We are also eagerly waiting to go out and see grounds of people
Yeah,
are
I want to see
playing
ground. I
together.
haven't been on court for almost like 3 weeks now.
I don't know, but I'm just still working, doing some workouts with the kids online. I keep seeing your posts.
Yeah, we've been doing a lot of stuff because
That's wonderful.
yeah, maybe and now you started asking me. See, I'm the one who's supposed
I, I, I,
to you're
I
asking me.
try to control, but it comes out. I've seen so many
It's very
posts.
simple. Yeah, after these guys come out, see, they've been doing little bit of workouts at home, like skipping and a lot of
Mm,
stretching and all that stuff. Once they are out on the court,
mm.
the last session, it's all muscle memory. It's going to tell them it is only going to show them the last session.
Okay.
Okay, and as soon as they get on court, they want to play just like how they played before
Mm, yeah,
it was
that's
shut down. So
correct.
what now we cannot go there and make them play tennis. So
Some
physically
individual initiative.
we are trying to keep them fit, with
Mm,
all stretchings and all that. Because I fear that once they get on court, the intensity, because all of them are kids, the intensity
correct.
is going to be more, and
Mm,
they would like to produce some intensity on court, and they might
mm,
end up few muscle tears or something, which might
yeah,
which you wouldn't want to do that. So we've
correct.
been trying to put them mentally and physically into a
Yeah,
their
it's very
mental
good.
and physical activity going. So that's the
Yeah,
only
that's
thing.
very good. It's very good
Yes, yes,
because
yes.
they be feel bored as well.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
very
And they've
good.
been trying those diagrams and all. So
Uh,
good. Now enough. Now this
yeah,
is mine. I don't want to answer
yeah,
anymore.
I tried not asking, but this one I couldn't resist.
Shiva, thank you so much. We're almost done. Thank you so much for your time
Thank
in
you so
your
much.
in your office hours.
Thank you. It's my
Yeah.
pleasure. This is my first. I told you it's my first Instagram live. It's thanks to
Yes.
you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. We'll
Yeah,
surely catch up soon after this
sure, sure,
pandemic
definitely.
ends.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you, Shiva.
Thank you,
Take
sir.
care.
Thank you. Yeah, yeah.
Be
Bye,
safe.
bye.
Bye.
You too. Bye.